We learned last week after the passage of a huge chips manufacturing bipartisan funding in the Senate that upstate New York would be a targeted location for a plant. Hello, I'm Matt Mulcahy.
And I'm Megan Coleman. We also learned that neighbors may be forced out of their homes with over-market value offers to have their homes bought by those trying to create the space for that power plant in Clay. It's takeoff time for Central New York. That's how the Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer describes the impact of the chip science bill, creating billions of dollars in incentives for chip manufacturers to set up shop in the United States.
Our Connor White's live in Clay tonight, where some homeowners have had to move out just to get out of the way to make this all happen. Connor?
Matt, Megan, Senator Schumer was here in Clay at National Grid Substation. He says this is one of the variables that makes the White Pine Commerce Park just across the street one of the best spots in the country for someone to come set up shop, along with access to water as well as a sewage treatment plant. It's why they're so confident that that space won't be empty for too much longer. The CHIPS Science Act now sits on President Joe Biden's desk in Washington, with major implications for the town of Clay.
What's happening now will dictate that Central New York's future will be even better than its past.
New York Senator Chuck Schumer says that bill becoming law is the final hurdle in convincing a major manufacturing company to set up shop at the White Pine Commerce Park in Clay, a spot Senator Schumer says stands out with over 1,600 acres, access to a power substation across the street, as well as water from the Great Lakes.
Upstate New York is poised to be one of the centers of chip manufacturing in the whole world.
The bill provides $39 billion in incentives for manufacturers to build semiconductor chip plants in the United States. Federal, state, and local leaders promising a major return on investment should a manufacturer come to Clay to produce chips that are critical in everything from cars to gaming consoles to weaponry.
This is going to be the potentially the biggest single project to happen to upstate New York since the Erie Canal.
Some homeowners in Clay feeling pushed out to make it happen after living for generations on Burnett Road in the center of the Commerce Park.
Well, I don't think in the beginning the offers were very fair.
Assemblyman Al Sturpey, who helped pass $10 billion in incentives at the state level to entice manufacturers, says he worked with Burnett Road homeowners, telling them to demand a high price for their homes. Tax records show the county paid close to market value for homes they purchased before 2022, paying between 2 to 9 times market value this year for remaining houses.
It's something that we really couldn't hold back because there are just too many benefits for everybody.
Assemblyman Sturpey says they've been in conversations with a company to set up at White Pine for the past year and a half, with this recent legislation being critical to keep them in the conversation. He says they should have an announcement on who this company actually is and whether or not they've signed by around Labor Day.